Long years back, there was a monk who was living in a monastery as a disciple under a self-realized master. He was so devoted to his master that he would do anything his master would ask him to do, as he believed that this was the only purpose of his life. However, his masters had some different plans for him. Among all the disciples, Master believed that he is the only one who could replace the Master as a spiritual teacher. One fine day, his Master called him and said, "Oh my dear, I am so happy and pleased by the ways you have served me. I have given you every knowledge that I had. But as a final step of my teaching, you have to go out of this monastery and gain true knowledge from your inner wisdom by visiting different places, meeting different people, and serving others selflessly. After spending a year, come back and tell me everything that you have learned." The disciple, without uttering a word, bowed in front of his master and left to have different experiences. On his journey, he visited different places and spread his master's teachings. During this journey, one day, he saw a village which seemed quite different from other villages. So he decided to visit this one as well. As he was approaching near to that village, he started sensing a wave of negative energy. He felt that something was not right with that place. When he reached the village, it was already dark, so he decided to spend his night under a tree. He was very tired with that long journey, but despite of that, he was unable to sleep. That night was very different. He was feeling uneasy, uncomfortable, and could feel some sort of dark negative energy in the air. Somehow, the night was spent. Early morning, he went to meet people of that village. On the contrary of what he thought, he did not feel welcome by the villagers. They did not greet him well. But it did not bother him, because he had only one thing in his mind, that he had to do what his master has asked him to. On his first day, he observed that people of that village do not come out of their home after sunset. Well, that seemed quite a strong set of rules to him, but strange. The place seemed empty after sunset. Not a sign of a single living creature outside. It was so silent that he could hear the sound of his own breath. The night was very cold. The monk, before going to bed, set up a fire and prepared a nice hot tea for himself from herbs. As he was enjoying his herb tea, sitting on the cliff of the hill, he felt that he was not alone. Some kind of negative energy was very close to him. Suddenly, he felt that some force tried to push him. He looked around and saw an old man staring him from his window. As he saw him, the old man shut the window. The monk finished his tea and went to sleep. Next morning, the monk saw that the same old man was coming towards him. As he reached, the monk greeted him by joining his hands and asked very politely if he could help him. The old man replied and told monk what he saw last night from his window. He told the monk that he saw a woman with long black hair behind the monk, who tried to push him from the cliff. But as she tried to touch the monk, she was pushed back by some unknown power, shielding monk's body. The old man said that whatever he saw gave him hope that the monk is the only one who can help the villagers. The old man narrated the whole story and told that the village was once a beautiful place with all sorts of vegetation, fruits, and greenery. But now it is haunted by the shadow of an evil spirit. After sunset, her influence increases. If any living creature is outside, they become sick mentally and physically. Not just living creatures, the crops, vegetations are also getting affected by her negative energy. People in this village lives in fear and are worried of their family. The old man said that the place belongs to their ancestors and they're emotionally connected. That is why it would be the last option for them to leave the place. After hearing the old man, the monk promised to help the villagers. He purified the village with holy water and powerful mantras and taught the villagers different ways to increase their energy. They would meditate, chanted mantras, created faith in the monk and themselves. As time passed by, the impact of negative energy reduced. The land became more productive. People started living a fearless life. The monk was also very happy. Seeing people like this gladdened his heart. However, there was something that was still bothering him. He would meditate every day to know the reason behind that little sadness he was having. One day, while meditating, he went into a deep trance and saw a woman with long dark hair in an abandoned house located in that village. He opened his eyes and understood that there was something with that abandoned house. So he decided to go there. It was the middle of the night. The sky was filled with black clouds when he hovered towards that abandoned house. As he reached the place, he could sense an immense amount of depressive and negative rays emitting from that house and spreading in the village. He took a deep breath and gathered all the courage to move inside and whispered his master's name. As he opened the door, there she was, under the broken rooftop, sitting in the old resting chair.